Although the idea of Internet of Things was proposed in 1999, but after 2010, or we can even say after 2015, actually, this idea started to be implemented and Internet of Things started to be used in the different devices. And what is the Internet of Things? The simplest definition of Internet of Things is that the devices can communicate with each other. Previously, we used to have the computing machines and we used to operate them to do some work. Like we have laptop, we have mobile phone, we have desktop, we have other computing machines, and we are the one who are operating them, and we are using those computing machines to do some task or to do some work. While now in Internet of Things terminology, the devices will communicate with each other and they will be acting based on the other devices. In whatever the information they will receive from the other devices, they will act or they will take decisions based on that without the involvement of the human being. The main contribution of Internet of Things, just like you know the term driverless cars. In the driverless cars, that is actually going to be the main contribution by the AI. In AI, either using the machine learning, using image processing, using other stuff of AI, and over there how we are going, like how the cars will move automatically and how they will avoid the hurdles, how they will be aware that there is a car in front of them, what is the speed of that car, what is the speed of the cars which are coming behind them, on the right side, left side. All these things will be monitored by the devices or the sensors connected with the vehicles. And those sensors are cameras as well as devices. They will capture the information from the environment, as well as they will be communicating with the other cars which are ahead of them or back of them or right, left. And after getting all these informations, they are going to apply the AI, and then those cars will be taking the decision by their own. So that is like one example of using Internet of Things for the driverless cars. Another term is cloud computing. Uh, Internet of Things is like I can say like quite new, and a lot of work is going to be done in next 20-30 years, while cloud computing, it is like relatively old as compared to Internet of Things. Cloud computing term came in 2005-6 when they started to have commercially available devices for which were available for renting for the other people, and they can use them by getting it on renting. So the concept of cloud computing is that you can get the computing resources on rent and you can use them as you want, and you can destroy them after their usage, and you are not going to pay for these resources even when you are done. So for example, if you want to use the resources for one day, might be very high resources with 10,000 cores of GPUs and 512 gigabytes of RAM and something like this. You want to use it for one day only, you will pay only for one day. That will be might be like $50, and that's it. When you are done with the processing and you got your results, you can destroy that machine, and you don't need to pay after that. While if you will actually buy that machine, you might need to spend $10,000 to have these resources. And after the usage, that machine might be useless for you. So why you need to go and buy the machine? Why you only need to have these resources for one day? It's just like you are visiting for one day to US, one day or one week, and you will say, "Oh, I'm going there in US only for one week, and I will buy the house there to live for one week." No one will do it. Or for example, you will say, "Oh, I will buy the car." Why you need to buy the car while you are going to use it only for 7 days? Of course, you will rent it, or you will stay in the hotel, and or you will hire a driver to have the car, and khalas, for 7 days might be you will pay only for 1000 2000 real, and that's it. So this is the difference in terms of cloud computing, that over here you don't need to pay the you don't need to buy the computational resources. You will rent them as per your need, and then you can even add more and more resources if your needs are increasing, or you can remove those computational resources if you don't need them, and you don't need to pay if you are not using those resources. Now the next term is big data, and that is also part of the third wave of AI. And in big data, as I said, in Internet of Things, the devices will communicate with each other, and they are going to collect a lot of data. Just as an example, right now we have total computing devices around 10 billion, and it is saying that until 2025, like in next 5 years, you are going to have another 30 billion devices. Imagine you have only 10 billion devices so far, and you are going to have another 30 billion devices, and those devices are going to be Internet of Things based. Like every small electronic device or anything that you have, it will be connected with like several Internet of Things. Just like in car, you are going to have several devices for the driverless car. Or even now, if you see the cars which are being made by the Tesla, I was watching a video where they open the engine of the not engine, actually motor of the Tesla electric car, and inside that they were having very complex circuits. Like even our laptop does not use to have that much circuits, electronic circuits, which are actually computers. So it was having like three different I can say computing machines which were working only to control the motor, electric motor of the Tesla vehicle. So imagine like how many Internet of Things devices you are going to have it, and then of course from those devices you are going to collect a lot of data. For example, if you will collect from one device after every minute some data, and when you will store it, like how much data you are going to be, of course you are not able to store forever on within that device. You will send it to somewhere. Where you can send, the best solution is you will send it to the cloud servers. And cloud servers, when they will receive data, that huge amount of data, not only from one device, might be from hundreds of thousands of devices or millions of devices, the data will be extremely huge, and that term is known as big data. And from that huge data, even we as a human being, we cannot go and see every record to take some decisions, to get useful information from that data. So what we will do at that time, from that huge data that we are already actually extracting from different devices, are and in future we are going to have that data like exponentially very high. What we will do, we will apply machine learning algorithms, we will apply artificial intelligence, and then we will extract some useful information, and we will use those useful information to improve the device or to improve the work productivity. So that's why we are saying like all these things, from internet to Internet of Things, cloud computing, big data, they are interlinked. And then we have the term deep learning in third wave, as it is mentioned in the slide. That is again another term, although it is old, proposed in 1999 or 2006. First it was 1999, and then they started to use it in 2006. But until 2015, this term did not got popularity, because for deep learning we required high devices are highly computational power machines in order to use the deep learning algorithms to extract the information and to take the decision. But if you see after 2010, the computational power started to increase. We started to have the GPUs, and that's why people started to adopt deep learning methods or algorithms for the machine learning or for the AI. So in future, again, as I said, like big data, cloud computing, Internet of Things, and deep learning. These are the four things which are going to play an important role. and all these things will come under the umbrella of AI to have the to have to get effective information or use have the effective use of the devices.